Hello, friend. We've been talking in this series about the fruit of the Spirit. And today we're talking about patience, long-suffering, forbearance. All of these words are used in different translations to describe the same fruit that the Spirit gives to a person. Listen to how it's described again in the context of the verse. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering. Long-suffering, that idea of long-suffering means to endure a situation kindly or patiently. Again, that word forbearance comes into the mind. Forbearance is actually a legal term that means to forego or to delay the requirement that someone pay a debt right away or that a contract be fulfilled right away. The idea is that in forbearing or foregoing the legal strictness right now, that person will eventually be able to pay or to fulfill the contract. Forbearance has a lot to do with mercy. Mercy is the idea that we faulty human beings can extend grace to others. So to be forbearing or to be patient with another person gives this idea or centers around this idea that we too need other people to be patient or forgiving or forbearing with us. It's talking about the attitude that we have toward other people, to be forbearing. Someone who has the Spirit of God is patient with other people because he or she realizes that other people need to be patient with him or with her. In Matthew 18, verses 21 through 35, Peter goes to Jesus and he asks Jesus a question. And you know this story very well. He goes to Jesus and he said, Lord, if in a day someone sins against me 7 times, should I forgive him every time? Seems like 7 is the limit. Jesus, looking at Peter, said, Peter, you don't understand. You should forgive people 70 times 7. In other words, go way beyond what is already way beyond, and then go beyond that again. Jesus was trying to teach his disciples to be long-suffering, to be patient. Why should we be patient with other people who are constantly doing the same thing? I've forgiven you 3 times today for this, I won't forgive you anymore. You ever felt that way? Okay, you may not want to say it. I've felt that way before. 7 times? Oh, that's just out of the question. But Jesus said 490 times. Now, Jesus wasn't saying keep a list, so when it gets to 489, you say you've got one more chance, and after that, I'm not forgiving you anymore. No, what Jesus was teaching was that we should have an attitude of patience, of kindness, of forbearance, not exacting every bit of justice that we can from a person just because we can. No, that's not the attitude of the Christian. And how do we know that? Well, because Jesus goes on, if you read in those verses I just mentioned, Matthew chapter 18, verses 21 through 35, Jesus goes on to tell a story. He said that there was one time a man that owed a whole lot of money to a powerful person. He couldn't pay it, so this powerful person, this ruler, said, okay, throw him and his family in prison until they can pay. That was the idea back then of debtor's prison. You couldn't pay, so we'll throw you in jail. Well, if you think about it, if a person's thrown in jail, how can they pay? So the man, he pled with this ruler, please give me time, sir, I'll pay everything. And the ruler forgave his debt. Then this man goes out and finds a fellow laborer like himself who owes him just a little tiny bit of money. And he gets angry and he threatens that man. Well, the story gets back now to the ruler. What do you think the ruler does? Oh, he's angry. Because the person that he has shown so much patience and forbearance toward is unforgiving and not willing to extend the same grace to another person. So then he really does get thrown in jail, and all of his family as well. I think the lesson is clear. God is inviting us as his people to be forgiving, to be gracious toward other people. Why? Because God is gracious toward us. God bless you.